Okay, guys. I did a thing. Filled the vehicle, the SUV, and this is quite an epic haul. Just a little preview. We'll get into it, but yeah, a lot of video games. As you can see, we got some boxed N64, and here's some boxed Game Boy Advance. We got the systems, little extras. I think that's a Blu-ray player. We got a lot. Filled the car. Most I've ever spent in a sale. Thinking it'll be the most I've ever made on a sale too. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna be fun. This one will be fun. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of fun. So we'll jump into it. Okay, guys, I'm in the garage now. It's been a few days. I had to organize some stuff, but this is, you know, I usually do garage sales, yard sales. A buddy of mine had a video game collection that he was looking to get rid of. So I told him, yeah, sure, man, I'll take a look at it. And he actually went through and price charted everything. And you know, finding stuff like this at a garage sale, it's like a dream come true. You know, a lot of people would say you're lucky, but you know, I've been doing eBay for just over a year now. I started October 1st, was actually my first sale of 2022, and it's now November of 2023. And you know, people would say you're lucky, but you know, I've heard that luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. And I feel like I've been preparing for this. You know, I've been buying little onesie-twosie things and making some money here and there. Thankfully, I had enough money saved up that I had the capital that I could take advantage of this. So everything you see here, I got for $1,200. I had to spend up, but we did the price charting. And if you look at price charting, the grand total is looking about just over $6,000. Now that doesn't take into account the Rock Band stuff, which I know those can be a couple $100, somewhere around there. And of course, when you do a big bulk buy like this, I mean, this Wii Fit board, that's not going to get me much. I mean, if anything, I don't know if they even sell. But sometimes you got to buy the dirt, and so that way you can get the gold. And there is definitely some gold here. So I'll just kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of what I was able to pick up. You know, GameCube, you got Mario Sunshine. That's pretty big. I got to imagine the Zelda games are pretty big. Smash Brothers down here. I mean, a lot of good Nintendo GameCube games. I also got the system somewhere in here. Yeah, I think I made a box of, you know, I took a couple days and I got all these cords figured out, and I've got the system here. Came with the Wii as well. The Wii games, not a whole lot, but you got Smash Brothers Brawl, that's pretty good. Metroid Prime, Twilight Princess, Legend of Zelda. So I mean, there's some good stuff. Wii Sports, that one's always good. Also came with an N64. There's a bunch of other little memory cards and expansion packs, and I mean, even that controller right there, the Wavebird controller, this thing can go for like 70, 80 bucks. But you got to make sure you have the receiver. Otherwise, it doesn't go for much of anything at all. So, I guess to give you a really good rundown, I mean, looking at the GameCube games, the console itself, price charting says $80. If I can't get that much on eBay, I should be able to sell it locally for around $100. And I mean, he included the memory cards here, 10 bucks each. Game Boy Advance expansion. Oh yeah, it has the Game Boy player underneath of it. But you can see Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. That one's about $100 game. $55 for Ocarina of Time. $65 for Legend of Zelda. Luigi's Mansion is $60. So I mean, there's some good stuff in here. There's some pretty good stuff. And I am not sure about everything. I mean, I'm no expert, but this is the stuff that I grew up with, and who doesn't like the nostalgia factor, you know what I mean? Picking up stuff you like, it's kind of a labor of love. So it's going to be a ton of work ahead of me. And I mean, even some of this Nintendo 64 stuff, I bought some of these cases to keep them safe, you know, the clear plastic cases. I still got to take pictures of all this. But there's boxed N64 games. We got a ton of Xbox games, and okay, here's, oh, excuse me. Here's Twin Snakes. That's the one that goes for about $100. The one thing you do need to look out for, if you can get the Game Boy player, it's this attachment underneath. You gotta find there's a disc that goes with it, and that disc itself I think sells for about $100. He said that he thought he had it, but you know, we looked through everything and I never ended up finding it. That doesn't mean it's not in here though. I gotta go through all of these boxes and look through everything, see if I can find it. But I tried to organize things somewhat before taking a video and showing you everything, because this is overwhelming, even for somebody who likes video games and has fun with it. I mean, you could imagine if you're not really into video games, this would just be a headache and a half. But you know, I mean, there's original PlayStation, Wii, PlayStation 4, PS3. I mean, it's just cool stuff. This is like a dream to find at a garage sale. Thankfully, a friend of mine decided to ask me if I wanted it instead of having a garage sale. See, we got more underneath. It's just an incredible amount of stuff. Yeah, Devil May Cry. I remember playing that. Yeah, fun stuff. I gotta tell you, just fun stuff in here. Yeah, tons of PS2 games underneath here. Onimusha, Silent Hill 2, I think that one might be good. But you know, I trusted him. Him and I worked together. So I mean, this is all price charting. Doesn't take into account shipping and eBay fees and stuff like that. We agreed on 20% of price charting value. Price charting says $6,000. I'm hoping that I could get about $4,000. And I mean, you know, if you take away some decimal points, would I spend $12 to make $40? No. But this is going to be a labor of love. It's really cool stuff. I think it'll help my eBay store. And I would spend $1,200 in order to make $4,000. So I mean, you know, take that for what it is. Really, you know, we got the Nintendo Wii with the games with the console. This one I'm gonna save. The Dreamcast, I thought the Dreamcast was worth more. I got a bunch of games. It looks like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is about $140. It's this one here, so I'll be on the lookout for that one. Street Fighter 3 is about $100. That's cool. Do I have that one here? Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Yep, there's that one there. And I mean, this guy, it's all complete in box pretty much. There's no scratches on any of these discs. It's pretty crazy what condition these are in, you know, considering how old they are and how long he's had them. It's just fun stuff, man. Really fun. So, PlayStation 1 with games, PlayStation 2 with games. No, I didn't get the PlayStation 1 console, but I did get the 2. Just tons of PlayStation games. PS3, he actually still has the console. He needed to clear some stuff off the hard drive, so give him a couple days to do that. But really, I think a lot of the bread and butter is going to be this Game Boy Advance.
The SP and the Game Boy Advance, I got both of them. There's a ton of games, which by themselves really aren't incredible, but the cool thing about this one is he's got all the boxes. I mean, I think that it's a Doom 2. This one's worth about 200 almost. One of these Castlevanias is worth about 200 as well. And I mean, he kept these in just great shape. You know, when I took pictures of these ones so far. I haven't done anything else. But when I was unfolding the cardboard, trying to get the stuff out to take the pictures, maybe I'll put a couple of those listings in the video. It felt like they had only been opened once, get the game out, he closed them again, and then never opened them again. So, I mean, when it comes to Game Boy Advance, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, that one's worth about 200. Metroid Fusion's 145. Doom 2 is about 150. But, I mean, this was too cool to pass up. Like, I couldn't tell him no. I mean, and I told him, I mean, he's a friend. I told him if I was at any garage sale, I would really try to negotiate. But he knew the value, I knew the value, and the fact that he was willing to come down to 20%, that was pretty darn good. So I had to take it. You know, like I said, some people call it luck, but this is me just kind of pounding the pavement. You got to let people know that you resell. You know, some people at garage sales, they might not like you, but you never know what connections you're going to make. And my friend could have just let all this go. Could have sold it himself, but he gave me the opportunity. So I thought I'd take that opportunity, and, you know, he gets rid of all of it at once. He gets some money in his pocket. This is a ton of work for me, but I'm going to put some money in my pocket, that's for sure. So yeah, I mean, I guess the moral of the story on this one is let people know, because even if it doesn't pay off right away, people will remember that, and they'll say, oh, I got a friend, he's got a ton of Barbies or Hot Wheels, or in this case, it's video games. And I was able to make a deal. I actually got him to throw in this table. Kind of cool. Real old vintage. I'm going to sell this locally. And then he also threw in this, I don't know, CD holder, DVD holder. And he threw in all the movies too, which, you know, a lot of them aren't worth much. But I just thought it was cool. I mean, the main thing I got excited about was Invader Zim. I remember watching that when I was younger. And I mean, it's just cool stuff. I know this wasn't a normal video, but I appreciate you looking in. I'm going to be working on this one for a while. Original Xbox. You know, the cool thing about the original Xbox, hopefully it works. The original Xbox, the cool thing about it, I found just the box by itself a few months back. I don't know, now that I got all this stuff, I kind of feel like I've leveled up. Maybe taking things a little more seriously. Most amount of money I've ever spent, $1,200 on one transaction, but this, I think it's going to be worth it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If I made a good buy, bad buy, what you would do. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Okay, so I wanted to give a little update. I've kept this price charting that I used when we negotiated. This video is dropping tomorrow, May 9th. Today's the 8th, and it's been a few months. I haven't listed everything. You know, I've been busy. There's been a lot of stuff that I've been picking up and going through. This is stuff that I'm okay letting sit. I mean, I enjoy it. I love it. So a lot of stuff I haven't even gotten to yet, but just to give you a little bit of a rundown, I've been keeping track of, like right here, Super Mario 64 with the box and manual. It was estimated on price charting to go for $32.99, but on eBay, you know, you always got to check the comps, because I listed mine for $75. It sold for $75, and so then I've also been keeping track. Right next to it, this is the money that actually hits my account, $66.46. So some of this stuff sells for less, some of this stuff sells for more. I mean, right below it is the Star Wars Battle for Naboo. $75 is what it's price charted at. I sold mine for $59, so $52.20 actually hits my account. So I've kind of kept track. I haven't even gotten to any of this this GameCube stuff, and I haven't gotten to really much of the Wii. Any of the consoles, I haven't sold any of the consoles, but this is really what made me my money back, the Game Boy Advance. Because on here, Aria of Sorrow, I sold this one for $215, so $186.84 hit my account. Metroid Fusion sold for $155, $129 hits my account. There's some big hitters in there. Super Mario 3 went for $85, $60 here. Final Fantasy went for about $70. This Game & Watch went for $90. Golden Sun went for $110. And so this basically got me all my money back. Oh, I think I did sell. I've sold all the boxed Game Boy Advance games, so I actually need to add this one in. But one of the biggest hitters here was this Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Sega Dreamcast. It was estimated on price charting about $140. Sold it for $200, so $168 hit my account. The Dreamcast stuff, I did list all of that. And so, as you can see, 20. I mean, there's some regular stuff, but then there's the big hitters. Street Fighter 3 sold for $185, hit my account. So I basically got my money back just from the Game Boy Advance stuff, the box Game Boy Advance. It's kind of crazy. Sold a few of the PlayStation 1 stuff. $40 here. $70 for Street Fighter Collection. So this also shows you got to make sure you do your research when you're purchasing stuff, because price charting, it's pretty good, but kind of off a little bit. Still have a ton of stuff that I need to list and go through. That's PS2, PS3. I just have so much more that I'm going to be going through. And then I actually had a couple of extras. This little Pac-Man joystick, $15. The Invader Zim that I showed sold for $30, so that's pretty good. But I added it all up, and I'm at $1,979.44. I still need to add in that other Final Fantasy, but I paid him $1,200, and I'm back up to almost $2,000. I should be at about $2,000 with that other Final Fantasy.
Okay, so I know I'll get a bunch of comments about how come you haven't listed everything yet. I just wanted to let you know I've got a lot more stuff going on, and like I said, I really love this stuff and enjoy it, and I don't mind this stuff sitting around in my house. I have a lot of other stuff that's kind of taking priority, but this has just been an incredible sale, great opportunity, and I'm glad that I could show it off to you guys at least a little bit. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you.